Hello handsome listeners, today we have quite a story. Title: My husband, 34M, keeps sneaking out in the middle of the night. For as long as I can remember, I've been getting up around 4 a.m. to go to the bathroom. It's just how my body works. Lately, when I do this, I don't find my husband in bed, or anywhere in the house. He has pretty bad insomnia, and on really bad nights, would sometimes find him in the living room watching TV or playing video games. However, this isn't happening every night, but maybe every other night, he's sneaking out. I'm trying not to let it bother me, but this has been going on for about a month now, and I'm starting to get really annoyed and worried about where he's going and what he's doing at such odd hours of the night. The other night, it happened again. I stayed up until he decided to come home at 6 a.m. I don't know how long he was actually gone, just that he wasn't there from about 4 a.m. until then. I admit I was pretty cranky and annoyed when he got home and I asked him where he had been. He told me not to worry about it and said, "Let's go back to sleep." I kept pushing, and he said he just goes out for a walk. I wasn't satisfied with that answer, but the conversation kept going back to him just taking a walk to burn any extra energy or to clear his head when he can't sleep. I decided to drop it since I was tired and had to be up in an hour for work anyway. It happened again tonight/this morning. I got up to go to the bathroom and couldn't find my husband anywhere. Again, I was really annoyed and stayed up to see when he would get home. This time, he got home at 5:35, so that's an improvement at least. When he got home, he looked so sleepy and climbed into bed. Without saying a word, I got up, took my pillow and blanket, and came to the couch, where I am now. I know it's petty to give him the silent treatment, but I'm frustrated and just want to be by myself right now. I can hear him snoring, so I guess his walk worked. I'm not sure what to do now. I'm exhausted and just want to know the truth. Should I confront him? I'm not big on confrontation, but at the same time, I really want to know what's going on. Update. So, about 2 months ago, a police car pulled up to my house, and 2 officers knocked on my door. They told me they were there to do a wellness check on my husband's name, because his girlfriend hadn't heard from him in 3 days and was worried about him. They asked if I was his sister or what my relationship to him was. I told them I was his wife. Beyond that, I can't even remember what I said because I was in shock. I just remember them leaving, and then I closed the door and started crying. He was at work at the time, and when he got home, he could tell I was upset. It was obvious because every time I tried to speak, would just start crying again. Eventually, it got to the point where, I guess, he knew he had to come clean. And he told me everything. So yeah, I found out he had been cheating on me with an ex-coworker of his. Not only that, but he had also been supporting her and her 2 kids because she couldn't hold down a job, and he didn't want them to end up homeless. The reason she couldn't hold down a job is that she is into drugs and would go on week-long benders where she just wouldn't show up to work. He says that about a year ago, she called him out of the blue, crying and saying that she was about to lose her apartment because her husband was cheating on her and had basically vanished. Ironic, I know, leaving her with all the bills to pay. Her 2 kids needed food and new stuff for school. He says that at first, it was just financially supporting her and her kids until he started doing drugs with her, and that's when things escalated. He told me he had cut things off with her 3 days before the police showed up, and that's why they were doing a wellness check. So I asked him if that was where he was going when he was sneaking out. He said yes, for the most part. He also said, to be fair, I really would just go on a walk or drive around sometimes. I know there are going to be questions about how I didn't notice the missing money. So here's my answer: we have separate bank accounts. He pays for his bills, and I pay for mine. Our joint bills come out of my account, and he pays me back whatever the total is for those bills. Well, he never stopped paying me for those bills, and household things that were in his name never got shut off. So I never had a reason to think anything was wrong in that area. I have been so emotionally numb for these past 2 months, and he has been begging me for about 2 months to make a decision about our relationship, whether to divorce or work things out because being in limbo is really stressful for him. Honestly, I just don't want to put any energy into thinking about the future right now. All of my friends and family are telling me to get a divorce. But I don't know. Everything had been great up until 8 months ago, and our lives are so intertwined. That feels so stupid to say, but I'm basically paralyzed with numbness. However, I did make an appointment for couples therapy. So I guess I will see how that goes. He seems up to it. I just wanted to extend a thank you to all the people who took the time to read this and the last one.